Did the jukebox disappear? Did I miss that? What happened there? Anyways, welcome back to Let's Play Viva Piñata. Potentially the final episode. Melons are probably my favorite tame sour, actually. I actually like them a good deal. In any case, we've now bred these guys. We've bred every Piñata. We've attracted, made a resident, and bred every Piñata now. So just look at the first 3 columns on the left, not worrying about variants or Master Romancer. Look at all of those. Also, yeah, I could have gotten a lot more experience from getting Master Romancer for lots more Piñatas and variants. There's a ton of experience I'm missing out on right now. That's why I haven't hit the level cap, but whatever. You don't get anything for reaching level cap or for getting any levels that I don't already have at all, for that matter. So I won't worry about that. There's no game content you're missing out on. Yeah, look at that. Everyone! Okay. I think your rank just stays ultimate gardener number as well after you reach level 60 or whatever it is, 50 maybe. So you don't even get a new name, I don't think. Anyways, so a few things left to do. Which things don't we have? How many achievements are we missing? We still don't have the Longevity Master somehow. We have Master Horticulturist, Sherbat Dance, Corla Delay. So only 3 left, I believe. So I will make a quick run to another garden. Just so I can get Piñata Value Master. We looked at that one before. That one's not even a secret achievement. That one is for having a Piñata worth 10,000 chocolate coins. And of course, the closest we're going to get to that is with the most valuable Piñata. The only level 10 Piñata, I think it is. These guys. King Ramses, you're going to be our most valuable Piñatas. You're super happy too, because you were breeding a ton. So we'll just deck you out and stuff. I'm going to put on a fashion show. There are other ways to increase the value of Piñata as well, by bringing them to shops and things like that. But what we're going to do right now is the easiest thing. He's worth more because he's super happy. Yes, that is the Overjoy bonus. We already have, I think, the most expensive hat, actually. And we'll give you a bunch of other stupidly expensive things. We'll see how much this actually increases his worth by. Should increase it by a decent bit, though. Really, the one that's worth the most is actually that dumb looking. Darn. Oh well. Seen change the color of the glasses. Nice. Thankfully, you can put on lots of accessories on Piñata. So that's how you can actually increase their worth by quite a bit. And necklace, yep. Can't even see it. The king does what he wants. Body. I don't know why this is so expensive, but okay. And the 600 is the most, okay. Okay, so how much is this guy worth now? 10,000. This might be like before where we actually have to wait a minute for us to actually get the achievement, but look at that. Total value is over 10,000. And with the Tunicorn we had to wait a while to actually get the achievement for some reason, so I might just sit around here for a little while longer. Your son is wondering what you're doing. Your embarrassing father. So I guess I'll just sit around. It took me a long time to get the Unicorn Healing achievement for some reason. I don't know why. So I'll just sit around for a bit, I guess. There's nothing for me to do in here. At all. After this, we should only have 2 more achievements to get. And we have something pretty exciting that will gain us achievement in the process, but doesn't in its own right give you an achievement, strangely. Something left to do in the Outlands Garden. Or Badlands, whatever I call it. I don't remember which. I was having trouble deciding between the two. Also, I noticed that last recording session, this somehow got broken and I can't repair it. Awesome. Whatever, game. Me plus you. Uncivilized person. I don't know if I need to stay in this garden for me to actually get the points, though, for this Piñata being worth so much. It's kind of weird. Where is he? There we are. And he's still worth 10,000. I have Piñata here worth 10,000. I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm sure there's nothing weird online that's been documented about not getting this achievement. Oh, I didn't give him the Halo of Hardness. That would have helped, actually. Yeah, I just haven't... So I see a post on, like, advice for make your Piñata worth what it needs to be worth. But he's already worth that. I can, of course, spend more on him to make him worth more. I don't know if I just said this or not. What I should have... Whoops. What I should have done... I don't like the Rufus Crown. But make him worth as much as possible. I forgot there is one specially valuable item, and for some reason it's not at the bottom. There's a Halo of Hardness, of course. But I can't... it's above the frame. It's too high, I can't see it. You can see its ribbon dangling down. Okay, so you're definitely worth that much now. No doubt. Game saved. Are you gonna give me that achievement? You're worth 12,000. Game. I'm just sitting here waiting for an achievement. Who's eating who? Don't tabloids. This is a little awkward. And this is what happened with the Unicorn, of course, so I don't think anything too weird of it. It just took a long time before. Ramses, could you please just give me the achievement? Like, this is holding up me finishing the game today. I only have 20 minutes left to finish the game because I've been wasting a bunch of time sitting here. And 20 minutes is enough time, but come on now. Like, look, 12,000. Are you gonna give me an achievement, game? I don't know if I can get it if he's sitting inside the house or not. I don't know how the game detects it at all. It's specifically I put the shovel in front too. It's kind of weird. Dude, come out. Hope he tells the king what to do, I guess. I don't know if I can or can't get the achievement while he's in there. Whatever the case, I can definitely get it when he's outside the house, of course. So I'd like him to be outside right now. Just please. Come outside. He really is not listening. Wow. That's kind of weird. He's just sleeping. They're sleeping. Come out. Okay. I don't know when the game checks to give you the achievement or anything like that. I'm just not getting the achievement. Can we game? Please? Thank you. Took forever for some reason. Well, we got worth 10,000 chocolate coins. Only have 3 achievements left. That's make a custom label. And, alright, that's this one. We'll get that right now. Make a custom label and longevity master. We might not get longevity master. It just might not happen. Which would be amusing. I would consider getting everything but longevity master to be more of an accomplishment than getting all of them actually. Anyways. So, back to the outlines. Seems like if you, I don't know, sometimes if you load one garden and then load another, the second one takes a long time to leave the menu. I don't know why. Okay though. So, of course there's something to do with this egg here. We've had it sitting here for a long time. I don't know if I just got super lucky or what, but I didn't expect to have this egg here for so long.
Hey,
but we've done everything else there is to do.
Being up this early, it's not
Aside from
natural.
one thing I said would be the last thing I do, which is make a custom label, because I don't want to make a custom label. But there's one last thing we need to pay for.
Yeah.
Last thing we need to pay for at all, I'm pretty sure. There's actually a non-sour Piñata that has an ability, and that's the Cluckles. And you get an achievement for using the ability. So let's hatch this egg. Cluckles do not produce eggs, but they can of course hatch eggs. They can hatch eggs immediately. They can also hatch this egg. Now I expected this egg to take a lot longer to actually appear from the mine. I might have just gone extremely lucky. But the game doesn't even like congratulate for it, really. It just says, wonderful. Like, that's kind of cool. They didn't even bother voice acting this. But, ta-da. Brilliant work. Yeah, you would think. If you played along with the story of this game, or you read all the stories about it, you might remember. Dragon Ashes are a pretty big deal, right? So this is the mythical Dragon Ash. This is, I might add, a baby Dragon Ash.
Your gardening is
Yeah, I got the frickin' mythical Dragon Ash. And this is part of why I want to have dry soil in this garden. Not just for the unique aesthetic, but also because the design of your Dragon Ash depends on what surface it's on when you hatch it. This is the most interesting one, I think, most difficult to acquire because you require dry soil. If you hatch it while they're on dry soil, they will be gold, which looks pretty cool. The one I had before was actually turquoise or something like that. It was the color that you get if you have it next to water. Also, I'll keep this house here. I think it looks cool. Majestic. Not really any notable information here. Also, supposedly... Oh yeah, look at this. See, the color here. I think this is actually one that you get if they're close to water. That turquoise color there. Level 11. Also, you actually instantly get this. Get the achievement for Valuable Piñata if you do this one. I couldn't quite recall. I wasn't sure if its base value was above 10,000 or not, so I wasn't sure if this would count for the 10,000 chocolate coin Piñata or not. But you can't put accessories on it, so that's why I was kind of hesitant. But I could have actually saved myself some time from just getting the Dragon Ash to get the Value Master. Oh well. All the more desirable for it. Indeed. So that is the final Piñata. Piñata words, and there was in fact one entry that we were missing. All the way on the right here. I wish I could just move along faster. Mashing the trigger on this really old controller that makes noises when I press things on it. All these Piñatas though, all of them. We got them all. We bred them all and everything. And then finally, Dragon Ash. The green color you see there in the bottom left, I think is if it's on grass. Also has, I don't know if it's more of a brown design or what, if you have it on dirt, something like that. Supposedly though, its face, or something like that, its design can actually vary a little bit. It's unique for each garden. You can only have one Dragon Ash per garden, you have to get its egg from a mine. But supposedly its head decoration actually can vary. So every Dragon Ash looks unique, pretty much. Which is cool. I'm gonna wait to see if this guy actually goes into his egg. Or his, cocoon. Because they do actually have to go into cocoon to become full size. And they're massive. I want you guys to see that. This is their treasure hoard. That's what I had this here for. Did this one, like, drop down here naturally? Or did somebody move it somehow? Yes, this is their hoard, their treasure hoard. That's why I had that there. There are a few special things with this thing. I think Leafos already told us. Have a look at the event log, which I forgot was even in the game. Yeah, if you need to send it away, use your menu system and use the hunt to retrieve it. So you can actually send you send away a Dragon Ash by telling them to go away. And then they'll just go away. And they'll never come back to that garden unless you go to Gretchen and tell her to retrieve the Dragon Ash. Because now we have a Retrieve Dragon Ash button.
Wow, I still
And it's
wait
for free.
that elf vanilla hunt.
Yeah, I think I could get your Dragon Ash back. Mainly because it's already there. Look in your garden, genius.
Wonderful.
You
You still have to wait for her to bring it back, I think, but you can do that. It's the thing you can do. Which is cool. I do like these guys. Also, you've outlived your usefulness. So we've finished this game pretty much empty-handed. In terms of material wealth. And I will give this guy a name. Rather, they will be the Dragon Ash. There we go, I finally got the achievement for that. So that's all the achievements you're going to get, I guess. Or, well, no. There's one more. What's the last one? Label Designer. I was just about to get that. So we'll do two things. One, I'll name you. You're simply our... maybe not our, but the Dragon Ash. And I guess I'll give you a tag. After all this time. I like having the question mark label for some reason. But, here we go. I don't know if you have to unlock different things here from anything in particular. I'm really not sure if you unlock them for doing anything in particular. One of the icons you can get is actually, in fact... jeez. One of the color, or one of the icons you can use is in fact a Dragon Ash. I don't know if you unlock that from... that Dragon Ash icon from actually having a Dragon Ash or what. Honestly not sure. This music. It's kind of corny. And so this might, for the logo you might be able to use, there are a bunch of the little things you can use. I think it might be that any Piñata you've acquired can be used for it too or something like that. I'm not so sure. I don't know if you unlock them or not, or if you just have them from the very beginning. Maybe not any Piñata. But you have lots of things. Lots of which are totally random. Faces. Yeah, Piñatas. It might be any Piñata you've actually had, or maybe not. Maybe it's literally just any Piñata in the game. I have no idea. Because I didn't look at the beginning of the game. I only looked at the end. All these Piñatas. It's just other icons. And the characters. Of course. I'll wear my mark of pride. I do like these guys. Friends are still cool. But I'll wear my marker 5, the Dragon Ash. Like... Oh, that's complete. That's not visible in any capacity. That doesn't really work. Something like that. Let's have this one here. And that. It's golden. There you go. And an actual saved logo. Label designer. So that's all the achievements we're going to get, I guess. Unless I, at the very last minute, get longevity master. We've gone everything without having spent 50 hours in game, which is pretty cool. 48 achievements. Well, yeah, I have more than that now. Oh, the game's probably not going to actually show me the video for getting all 50 achievements then. That's unfortunate. I apologize for not being able to show you that then. It probably shows you something. Oh man, you get videos for the last couple of achievements. I don't even remember these videos actually. Man. Yeah, so I apologize if I don't get to show you the 50 achievement video then. Because that's gonna be the one thing that you don't get to see then in this game. So I'll wait for this guy to grow up, and there's one last thing I want to show you before leaving this garden. Leaving this garden forever. The last garden. So these guys, what are you doing? Sleeping with each other for security, I guess. I'd at least like to see this guy at full size so you can really appreciate their majesty. I might just cut from here actually. Until when it actually goes into its cocoon and grows. And there's one little glitch you can do with the Dragon Ash that I think would be really appropriate for ending this game on. Otherwise he's just walking around and not doing anything. I guess that's one little thing to show actually. You can't sell these guys, as you probably would have guessed. The same way you can't sell their egg. Just a little note. Okay, I actually kind of forgot about something. Whoops. It's actually, there's a special way to get these guys to grow. You don't actually let them do it on their own.
Hello?
So I was accidentally wasting some time there.
Cash melting in your pocket. I'll
So
take
what
it.
do you
I
have
love
to do to mature a Dragon Ash? You need to give it a couple things. One of which being milk.
Nothing.
A flower that you could probably guess the identity of. That being a snapdragon flower. Go this real quick.
Transaction's done. No credit or refund.
And a couple piñatas actually. Well, which I might not really have money for right now. I wish I had remembered that.
Wow, I still ache from that elf vanilla hunt.
That piñata being, again, you could probably guess. Where are you? Where's this piñata? Here you are. Dragonfly. So... and a few others. But those are the ones we actually have here, and I'll just let them eat our residents for that, honestly. They'll assert their dominance over this population. Okay. Get that growing. They also have to eat a red hot, a salamango, and like I said, dragonfly. And then we can wait for them to mature on their own. I had forgotten about that. Sorry for wasting some time there. Seems like I also see them actually hunt though. And it just straight up spit fire. Wow. Of course you're sad again. How sad are you? You're acceptably sad, at least for the moment. Your level of sadness is, for the moment, acceptable. You guys can eat the candy and become less sad. They don't really seem to become less sad when they eat the candy, actually, which is odd. You guys usually become happier when they eat candy, but that's not just by much. They do, though. So that was a salamango, though. Red Hot, I'm gonna tell you to sit here for a moment. Oh. So you're seeing a feral salamango there, actually. They still glow. Still glow yellow. Go hunt, dude. Waiting for this to grow. Hopefully it won't take too long. So I might have to make a jump cut somewhere. Where are you going? Oh, you're chasing him. Okay. You're having a hard time with it. Please don't get stuck. I don't have time for you to get stuck. Dude. Ah. I'm gonna be cutting things close a little bit with time, honestly. Me going, I've already gone over episode, or normal recording session time, I'm pretty sure. Only by a slight amount. Have you just given up? What's going on with this guy? Drop down where I can select you, dude. Oh, anyways, I need to make enough money, though, for... that... other piñata, though. Somehow. Let's just sell some cheaper piñatas. That dragonfly. Can I afford dragonfly yet? I don't think I can.
Nobody hunts in the morning, but I have to be here to take orders.
Ah.
Keep me.
A few hundred more. What are you doing, Dragon Ash? Where did that go? They're both in here now. Guys, get out. Flying piñatas, man, to the very end. Being a massive nuisance. Is there still a tapfly or something flying around somewhere? Well, I can sell that Malwolf. Get out of here. That Malwolf is matured, so they can be sold for full price. Eat him, please, Dragon Ash. And now we can get Gresham on that job.
Hey,
I started recording a little late today too for some reason. I'm not sure how that happened.
Keep me in.
But I don't want to neglect the finale of the series. Stop with the chasing, just let the Dragon Ash attack him. Of course, this thing still takes forever to grow. Snapdragons take a long time. Come on, man. This is not a very good chase. These guys don't really fly very fast. I think he's closing in now, as long as he can fit back here. Oh, are you still doing your thing or not? Come on. I might have interrupted him, I'm not quite sure, because he looked like he was turning away. What are you doing? Let me select you. No! Why are you flying way so high where I can't select you? Flying piñatas are the worst thing. They're still to the very end of this game plaguing me. Of course, it doesn't help that the ultimate piñata is a flying piñata. They're a slower one, they don't usually fly so high. It's not so bad for the most part. I guess I'll just have to do Red Hot number 1 if I have to then. If I have to, I will. Come on, man. This really game doesn't really tell you any meaningful capacity either how to make a Dragon Ash grow, as far as I'm aware. Okay, so this is done at least. No, you can reach him, he's right there. And he just decided to not be selected when I pressed the A button. Why does that work? Come on, guys, get out. Like, you could hear that I selected him and then just nothing happened. Stay in the boundaries of the garden, please. Dude, get over here. Come on now. Are those feathers? That was kind of weird looking. Giant seeds. What are you doing? You're still... Oh, don't chase him through there, though. You can't get through there. Why are they doing that? As you can see, too, the trash is also invincible if you hit them with your shovel. Although, I have heard that they actually can lose in a fight if you beat them in a fight with another Piñata. And if they lose fight, they cough up a happy candy or something like that. Here we go. There we go, of course. Our next Piñata to feed this guy's also going to be a flying Piñata, which is not going to help matters. So what's inside this place? I never have looked inside this with the wolves inside. Alright. That's another thing done. Somebody eat this? Gagu's not sad. Somehow. Where's the other Gagu? I've been crying. It's surprising. And let's feed this one.
Hey, got some...
To them as well.
Keep me in mind when you get into the hole.
What I'll actually do is tell this guy to eat them instead. Since they're right here and vulnerable already. Hopefully they're not sad anymore. They're still not sad. Not too sad, not too sad, perfect. And you eat this. There you go. Be proud of yourself and now eat the flower. Okay. So now I just wait for them to go into their cocoon and then hatch from it. And then we'll get to see and behold the full glory of the golden dragon ash. And I'll show you one last thing. An interesting glitch you can do with the dragon ash that actually seems to me to be a pretty fitting end to this series. But we'll just wait on that for a little bit. Just wait until this happens on its own. See you then, though. And just in case you wanted to see what their cocoon looks like, here you go. As you can see, it's a good deal bigger.
plusieurs amis pour la vie. Allez, vas-y. Ok, on fait pas péter le mec, même si ça augmenterait notre probabilité de pack, parce que j'ai besoin de monde pour aller aux mines. Est-ce que tu suis un petit peu ce qui se passe? Écoute ce qu'il dit le mec dans le micro, pour une fois. Souvent je vous dis de pas l'écouter, mais là pour le coup il faut l'écouter. Le codage en surcharge. J'arriverai jamais à régler ce souci dans le codage. Bref, c'est pas grave, on va pas en parler.
Oh. Oh, or they're already ready. I realized that you actually can hear any videos I'm watching on here, which, well, I'm waiting for things to happen, so apologies for random audio being here that you probably didn't expect, but there you go. Full Golden Dragon Ash, which is beautiful. I kind of want to wait for it to get brighter before I do the glitch, though, so I'll wait just a little bit longer. I apologize for making you wait so long for anything to happen in this episode. This is beyond a feature-length episode. But there is the Dragon Ash. And they take up a ton of space. They also tend to trample your piñatas like that. Which is why you might want to send away a Dragon Ash after having acquired one. Also, I don't know what you can really do to make a Dragon Ash sad, but I'm certain there's no way you can actually make a Dragon Ash leave from being sad, because you can't get rid of a Dragon Ash permanently. There's nothing you can do about that, aside from just telling it to go away, from sending it away. You're not too bad, you're not sad enough to actually leave. These guys have been fun to manage though, those two. Okay, I think we're about ready. So here's the glitch. You poke a Dragon Ash a few times. Oh, or not. The fact that you can send a Dragon Ash away makes for something fairly interesting. Yep, nice sunrise. Okay, it's about time, dude. Come on, get down here. Why can't I select if he's up there? Okay, so he still is annoying by most flying piñata standards. Fortunately, going to check in on their gold, I guess. So tap them a few times, make him angry. Get him angry, send them away. Look at the fight. And there you go. So what happens is the Dragon Ash, as you can see right here, flies away into the great yonder. In a fairly glitchy fashion, apparently. And you get an amazing view. A view you can never get otherwise. You get to see pretty much the entirety of Piñata Island, because they just fly away. As far away as you can imagine. And you go through a few polygons too, for that matter, I guess, but I've gotten a better view than this before. Am I being better? You could probably get a better view than this if you did things a little bit differently. So I apologize for that not being as good, as nice as it could have been. But it's a nice little thing I wanted to show. Because you can also see like over the town and things like that. So I apologize for that being potentially a little underwhelming. But it's just a nice little glitch. See, it's hard sometimes to appreciate just how much stuff there is on that place. Anyways, all that's left to do is view the credits. So I didn't get the 50th achievement, which is a little unfortunate. I completed the game too quickly. Oh no. But here we are. Everything has been completed here in Viva Piñata. Oh yeah, they have a really weird... Oh yeah, they actually have music with lyrics or something like that. But yeah, I forgot the credits are really weird, because I think they just have piñatas appearing and then breaking or something like that. Yeah, that's really strange. But here we are. So, with these strange credits being here, it's about time to say, well, everything's done. So I did have a lot of fun playing this. There was a reason I hadn't played it before, and that was because, I think mostly because the game was so long. And it would take so long to complete this game, and it did. I do owe an apology to a lot of people playing this, or watching this series, because I made a very great mistake with the timing of this particular game. And that was, I had started not too long before this series, a marathon that lasted over a year and is still going on but will soon end, of playing all the Hot Wheels games, with maybe like 2 exceptions. So there's been nothing but Viva Piñata and Hot Wheels on this game for like a year. Just about literally a year. Which I understand was absolutely a lot monotonous for a lot of people. And of course, the people that I really need to be apologizing to, that I need to be apologizing to, probably aren't the ones that are watching this. They're just sitting waiting for me to play other things, which I wholly intend to start doing after this. I have some things lined up to play after this. And that's not to say it wasn't hard for me, too. I would have loved to play some other things from time to time. I like this game, but the reason I started talking so much so often about this game being almost over, even though it apparently wasn't, as close to being finished as I thought it was months ago, it was because I wanted to play something else, because there are other things I've been wanting to Let's Play for months or years I hadn't gotten to yet, and this game was getting in the way of that. And then I also knew, of course, that there's the concern of only one tester, really? Wow. The concern of people wanting to see other games. Namely, the fact that I generally play licensed cartoon games on this channel, like Nicktoons games and things like that, which I haven't played in a really, really long time because I've been playing this and Hot Wheels instead. So this means I can finally play those other things, which I will very, very happily do. And it'll be nice, actually, having that freedom again. I'll jump immediately into playing some licensed trailer to make up for that. But other than that, I have some other things I just want to play, some shorter things and all that, and I think it'll be nice. So that does make me a little concerned about playing not Party Animals. I don't plan on playing Party Animals. Trouble in Paradise later, because there's the issue that I will have to go through this whole thing again, and it'll be even longer because it'll be a blind playthrough. This was not a blind playthrough. And two, the game has more stuff in it. It has most of the piñatas from this game and more. So it'll last surely over a year if I try to get 100% like it in this one. And I don't want to end off the series without it really being complete. So that's why I went for all the 100% in this game, or at least most of it, by most measures. Most reasonable measures, to put it one way. And the reason I play things is to show them off to people and let people see them and experience them. So that's also why I place so much emphasis on completion in the games that I play on this channel. What's with all the music in this game? How much music they have if they only play in the credits? Wow. Whatever the case. I don't mean to say that I didn't like the series though. I enjoyed playing a lot, and the whole reason I wanted to play this again was because I enjoyed the game a lot. I'm happy to have done that. I do think this game has some charm, even though it has some deep issues. Some issues that definitely became more and more apparent to me as I played this game. The game having misinformation in it, not just Leafos lying to you, but the issue of Piñata's resident and visit requirements and romance requirements not always being correct, which is ridiculous. That's pretty inexcusable. And flying piñatas being such a massive nuisance, things like piñatas flying outside your garden and whatnot. Supposedly some of those issues have been fixed in the sequel, which is nice. I do believe in the sequel you can also, just remembering what I've read years ago, I believe you can also, in the sequel, prevent certain piñatas from entering your garden, I think. So if you don't want them to come in, you don't have to worry about them. Back when I first played this game the first time, I hated having worms in my garden because I just didn't want to have them there. They just came in regardless of whether you invited them or not. And I like the idea of, in the sequel, being able to just not have to worry about them. But we'll decide when we get to it, however long in the future that is, because it will probably be a long while. Because I've had enough of this game for a long time. Not forever, at least it would be cool seeing something new for the sequel, but I'm gonna wait on it. Something that's been very strange about this playthrough, though, actually, is that the feedback to this playthrough has been a little unexpected, in that the number of people watching has been fairly low, which doesn't surprise me. It's really long and it's not interesting to everyone. I get that. It's not my channel's most popular fare. My channel's most popular stuff is always mostly Nickelodeon licensed stuff. But in spite of that, the actual amount of audience interaction in this series has been higher than usual. I mean higher than usual for anything I play, let alone something that only has like 20 people watching each episode, which is odd. But I very, very much appreciated the surprisingly large number of comments and types of feedback, both advice and praise and all sorts of things, in this series throughout. I enjoyed that quite a bit. 4 Kids indeed. The show that was made for this game was actually 4 Kids. And then there's that one Louise girl. I don't think I'm gonna have a way of knowing when that credits are actually over, which is a little awkward. It might actually end when they're over. And by that I mean, in lots of games, the credits will loop if you don't actually exit them manually. That may or may not be the case in this game. I still haven't seen all the Piñatas or all the characters, I don't know. I'm not surprised though that the Viva Piñata series died pretty hard. This game has a problematic combination of really hard trial and error gameplay, the game outright lying to you in a lot of cases. Why do I see multiple Dr. Patch-and-Goes? It turns out he had a twin this whole time. Based on an original concept by Tim Stamper. Interesting. But in appearance, it's really only appealing to younger audiences because it's all bright and happy and whatnot. And in the West, at least, that's really only interesting to younger audiences. But then the gameplay requires a lot more patience and a lot more, in some ways, callousness than you'd expect. Because you have to have the piñatas eaten and killed and all that. You need to break them. You need to be able to do that. You can't be too attached to your piñatas in this game, which sounds really opposite to what you might expect from this game, but that's how it is. It's not, might not be what you want out of the game, just based on its marketing appealing to you. So I think it put itself in a bad place and forced itself into some issues that made it alienate pretty much everyone. Anyone who was willing to pick up the game would not necessarily want what's actually in the game. And anybody who might actually enjoy the management and sandbox and everything elements of the game probably won't be attracted to its marketing and its general appearance and theme and whatnot, so it just didn't really work. Regardless, I enjoyed this game a lot when I was younger. I don't like it as much now because I see its flaws being pretty deep, and some of which I really don't think are especially excusable, as I've said before. But it is what it is. It's still a nice memory for a lot of people. I enjoyed it back in the day, I enjoyed it now, regardless. So we do have more than one playtester. Why do I only see one playtester before? It might have looped. If it looped, then I'll just exit off and I'll say we're done. But as soon as until I actually see it, there's a sign that's looped, I can't really do much. This is also, I guess, really the first sandbox-ish, like really open, free to do whatever game I've let's play on this channel. And I tend to be doubtful of my own ability to actually be entertaining enough to maintain any kind of game like that. And maintain an audience, which to some degree might have actually been true considering how few people watched this, but the people that watched it seemed surprisingly interested and they enjoyed it, so I don't know, maybe. Thank you, CDOS. I appreciate your applause. So, I don't know, it's hard to gauge the response to this, because it's strong positive from few people, as opposed to lukewarm from a lot of people, which I've had before, or I don't know if I really had strong praise from a lot of people. Yeah, I don't like you either, Leafos, go away. You didn't make this game better at all. These credits go really slowly though, like they really take their time showing you. Oh, it's because the stupid flutterscotches fly so slowly, that's it. Because you have to wait for the pianos to actually fly this into the screen and then it shows you. But this darn... this game... I think at least some of these songs actually might be the romance dance songs. Oh well. Lots of B's and J's, that's weird. I've had a lot of thoughts going through my head throughout the entirety of this series, and now I actually have the opportunity to say them. I guess I just kind of said them and I'm done now. I don't know if there's much more to say. And like I said, I was a little doubtful about my ability to maintain interesting content in a game like this one, and do I succeed? I don't know. I was throughout this series trying to put a little bit more effort into speaking well, not in the sense of like being interesting, although that would be important too. Yeah, this is all romance dance music. But more in the sense of I have a really strong tendency to speak too quickly and be somewhat unintelligible as a result. And sometimes even if I'm trying to speak clearly, I find that I tend to mumble things in ways that I shouldn't, so I was trying to work on that through this playthrough. To what degree did I succeed, I don't know. But I also started sitting back further from the microphone to reduce issues of peaking and whatnot that I used to have. I do believe my voice at least sounds better because I'm further from the microphone now than I used to be. I'm sorry, Willie. You can't make any more buildings for me. You made them all. You made everything that's to be seen. Until we get to the next game. Bart, stop getting in his way. But to give you an idea of how long this game ended up being and the toll it took on my computer. How long did it end up being? I don't know how long the video file is that I'm running right now. It's almost a 2-hour recording session, which isn't totally abnormal for me, so it's probably going to be quite a few gigs. 1 hour and 15-minute recording session is usually about 8 gigs, so this might be like 15 gigs, this video. But my Viva Piñata folder, I have not deleted any of the videos just to see how big it would get. Including this video, it's going to be over 500 gigabytes, this whole series. It went on for a ridiculously long time. Thank you, be nice and quick, like that dog. That's what you need to do. Why do they hold out their leg whenever they stand in place like that? It's kind of weird. But now all there is to do, I guess, is just kind of let this game go. Assuming that there's not more credits to be seen. I always like to show off the credits just to acknowledge people who made the things that I decided were worth playing and showing to everyone. We're at the special thanks, so that maybe that's the end of things? I'm not sure. It's really hard to be sure. There's no progress bar on credits in most cases. Flying Piñata's ugh. Yeah, okay, you were reasonably quick that time. Still on the special thanks, I guess? Yeah, though, like I said, I don't know if it was this episode or another episode. This episode literally ended up being like an hour. I do have some stuff to cut out, though. But the raw recording for this episode alone is like an hour. But it's gonna be weird not having this game to play anymore, or to think about or anything like that, but... End of credits! Oh, they finally told me what the E and V were. Thank you. I was wondering about that. Thank you for telling me that was the end of the credits, I guess, because is it gonna loop? It might loop. No. Huh. Well, that's it. So I'll see you guys next time on whatever I play next. And maybe one day in Viva Piñata Trouble in Paradise. But until then, we're done. After all this time, these months, almost a year, we're done. I hope you are at least somewhat happy about that. We finished it and we saw a lot of things, and I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Goodbye, everyone. I'm free! I'm also happy. It was nice. Thank you, everyone.